Let's go for a drive in this, the 2021 Audi RS6. For some, it's the only material possession worth having. And I wanted to find out what it's really like to live with.
This is the V8 intercooled twin-turbo engine, but you know that. It's got 591 horsepower and 800 newton meters of torque. But you know that. Everyone knows that. Soon, babies will come out already knowing.
But despite this common knowledge, not everyone knows that if you want electric mirrors in one, you have to pay £150.
Is that Audi? Yeah, let me get this right. This is a £101,000 car, right?
First, the driving and my 3 favourite things.
1, active rear diff. Number 2, rear wheel steering. And number 3, the Quattro system, right? Which was invented in 1980. So that's 40 years of practice to make sure I don't end up in a bush. Another corner coming up now. Go down a gear. All these calculations now going on underneath the car. Which wheel slows down, which wheel speeds up. Beautiful, really tight. Very difficult to find the limit in this car. I think you might be a little bit mental to try, actually.
The first thing to note then is that despite its power, your Nan could probably still drive it and look good. That is, of course, if you let her, because this car uses so much fuel, you might think there's a hole in it. And if that's not enough to keep you awake at night, everyone you meet will either want to take a selfie with it or steal it.
Just having a look here for the USBs in the back. And, oh wait, no, there aren't any.
Even though that will annoy the kids because they can't charge their phones, they can always go in the boot. And besides, who needs kids? Because soon you'll have a world of new friends.
Humans don't like talking to each other, but they're okay if one of them has got an RS6 because they've got things to say. You all right, mate? Yeah. What you putting out?
In the RS6, I like it when people talk to me in this car. It makes a nice change, and I like the confidence it gives me when everyone on the road wants a race.
I need to overtake you, mate. You can rev at the lights if you want. I don't need a race. Oh, I can take you. It's like a professional boxer. You never get in a fight with a professional boxer.
The next thing to test was what it's really like to drive on a real road, where there are things like speed limits and also the concept of safety. And that's where I discovered the most surprising thing of all.
I'm really surprised how quiet this car is. It's certainly quieter than the old one, but you expect something like this to be like an M car. An M car is not as usable as this. This is literally properly just a comfortable car now. You know, it's not. I love how quiet this is. I think it's really acceptable. And I've got 20 miles to the gallon.
I can see why a lot of people love this car. It's probably one of the only cars you can still have today after COVID without people asking you if your dad bought it for you.
I've worked very hard for what I've got on my chin.
It's also a hobby. It's driving for the sake of driving. It's being now. The RS6 is not just the best looking estate car in the world, but it's probably the only car that's the best at everything it does.
Rich kid.